glory to the Wolves. Good luck, everybody. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm going to make my big old head disappear. I got you. Give me 2 seconds and goodbye. So what is the main idea of the paragraph? All right, so now I'm done distracting you. What is the main idea of the paragraph? Everybody, what did I just do? What was the right thing that I just did? The first thing that came out of my mouth was, what is the main idea of the paragraph? What did I just do? That is a correct strategy to apply every single time that you do paragraph comprehension. Read the question. Read the question. That's correct. Read the question. Remember, gang, especially for my new folks here, and I know we're trying to have a good time today, and we definitely are, but we got to make sure we are applying these strategies the right way. That way we can guarantee progress. Because remember, at the end of the day, proper practice leads to progress. Improper practice leads to problems. So the reason that we are always going to read the question first, whether it's paragraph comprehension, whether it's math, whether it's auto shop or anything else that involves a lengthy amount of text, look, reading the question first gives you the opportunity to understand the objective. Because when you understand the objective before you're hit with a bunch of information, you are much more able to sort through that information when you know what's important. Yes or no? Does that make sense, my party people? Reading the question allows you to better understand the information. Perfect. And so that's what we're doing here. So the first step, always, what is the main idea of the paragraph? All right, cool. So let's go ahead, read the passage, because the thing is with inferencing factual questions, if the answer choices were short enough, yeah, read the choices first. But notice here, the answer choices are all one sentence long, pretty long. Don't worry about going through all of them. Just read the passage. So let's go ahead and start there. We're looking for the main idea. Here we go. Brand new cotton sheets, no matter the thread count, may feel stiff or rough right out of the packaging. Instead of throwing them on your bed, you can soften them with household substances like vinegar or baking soda. Hey, hope you're doing well so far. I just want to continue offering my support to help you succeed the right way. In case you didn't know, aside from the YouTube channel, I have a ton of free resources to help you succeed. I got blogs on my website. I also have a free class once a week. So feel free to check out the schedule that's in the link of this video. That way you can check out the schedule and see when the next class is, get ready for the next free one. And when you sign up, you also get a free practice test that has video solutions to help you learn from every mistake and make a list of the topics that you're going to want to work on. So here, again, I'm here to help you succeed. Take advantage of these materials and then shoot me a text if you have any questions. 567-698-8867. So again, I'm Coach Anderson. Sign up for my free materials. Let's keep acing the ASVAB. And if you want more, text me. I'll show you more. Okay, cool. So notice how this is a 2-sentence passage. 2 sentences. Now, if you're asking yourself or being asked about the main idea of a passage, honestly, one of the best things you can do for main idea, specifically main idea questions, one of the best things you can do is quickly read the passage again and ask yourself, what do I think the main idea is before I go to the answers? Because if you can identify what the main idea is, it's very likely that the answer will be very obvious to you. So watch this. First sentence, brand new cotton sheets, no matter the thread count, may feel stiff or rough right out the packaging. So basically, new cotton sheets, no matter the type, so any brand new cotton sheet could feel stiff or rough when you first get it. That's what it's saying. In the second sentence, instead of throwing them on your bed, you can soften them with household substances like vinegar or baking soda. So it kind of sounds like the passage is saying, hey, look, no matter what new bed sheets you have, they could feel rough or stiff, and you can actually soften them with household appliances. That's kind of what it's saying. And so let's go ahead and read through these. A, vinegar and baking soda have various uses. Now, did we include vinegar and baking soda in the passage? Yeah. Is it true that vinegar and baking soda could have various or multiple uses? Yeah. Is that the main idea of the passage? No, it's not the main idea though. That is not the all-encompassing idea that this passage is talking about. This passage is talking about how household substances can be used to basically, conveniently soften these sheets. All right, so it's not going to be A. Oh, and so by the way, just got a bunch of thunder outside. It's raining, so obviously, just in case I lose you guys, I'll try to reconnect instantly. But weather permitting, I got y'all. So B, brand new sheets should be softened with common household substances. Everybody, so let's go ahead and look at B here. Brand new sheets should be softened with common household substances. Now, who picked B? Yes or no? Who picked B? Let me actually look back. Who picked B? Okay, so not everybody picked it. Maybe like 1 out of every 15 people picked B. And that's all right. So let me show you why B is incorrect. B is incorrect because of one word only. And I'm starting to see the people that got this right are the ones that have been coming to class. One word makes B wrong. Should. Why? The difference between should and can. What is the difference between should and can? They're very different, right? Should means this is the way to do it. Can means this is a way to do it. Exactly. Should is basically telling you that you have to do it that way. Exactly. And that's why B is incorrect. And again, paragraph comprehension is a very meticulous type of subject on the ASVAB, because you got to pick up on those little subtle keywords. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job of teaching y'all how to point out those keywords to use them the right way. So let's take a look at C. People are throwing out brand new cotton sheets if they are too rough. Okay, now let me read that again. People are throwing out brand new cotton sheets if they are too. Where did I read that people are throwing out brand new cotton sheets? Is that ever mentioned in the passage? No. Oh, I hope they didn't break. No, that doesn't even appear. And then, so we've already eliminated A, B, and C. The answer is going to be D, but let's go ahead and understand why. Cotton sheets can be conveniently softened with products you can find in your home. Yeah, that is exactly what we've been talking about. Basically, the first sentence was, hey, look, when you buy brand new cotton sheets, they can be rough. Next sentence says, oh, not to worry. You can use some household tools here to go ahead and conveniently soften them up right there. And that's why D is the answer. And that's why D is the answer. And the J, you may say that you're done, but you keep coming back. I'm messing with you. But there it is. That's a big old yurt. Let's go. So let's go ahead and get ready for the next one here. But before I continue, everybody, yes or no? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And Elias, I just want to make sure. I think you may have stated the question. You just got to make sure I answered it in case. But yep, let's go. Next, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So which of the following sentences would most likely come next? Remember, when it comes to next sentence questions, we need a relevant answer. We need an answer that continues the story. We need an answer that captures the mood, the style, the tone of the text. So let's read the passage first. Don't ever read the answer choices. Why? We don't read the answer choices first because those answer choices are designed to trick you. They're designed to trick you. So read the passage first. Here we go. Phytonutrients found in various plant foods contain antioxidant properties. Studies show that these plant compounds can help cease the spread of cancer cells while also protecting against cancerous side effects and even chemotherapy. So even if you need to read it again, it's fine, because we're talking about something that's largely scientific here. I know some of us may be looking at this and saying, okay, what the hell is that word, right? And remember, on the paragraph comprehension, it's not about pronunciation comprehension. No, it's paragraph comprehension. If you want to just say the P word, all right, the P thingy there, found in various plant foods contain antioxidant properties. Studies show that these plant compounds can help cease the spread of cancer cells while also protecting against cancerous side effects and even chemotherapy. Again, it's not a pronunciation competition. It's not. You're good. You don't have to read every word, but you have to identify them for sure. So when we think about this, we need to ask ourselves, like, what's the main idea here? Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about phytonutrients, because if you look at the first sentence, phytonutrients, where they're found, what they contain. Then we go on to say, oh, the studies show that these things, these properties that phytonutrients have, they help with these things, like ceasing the spread of cancer, protecting against cancerous side effects, even chemotherapy. So it looks like, and tell me if you agree with me, everybody, the first sentence, we talk about this idea or this thing of phytonutrients. Then we talk about what it has. Then we talk about its benefits. And so to me, doesn't it sound like the next sentence should talk about phytonutrients in some way, shape, or form? Maybe extend the conversation a little bit about phytonutrients, maybe some more information about them. Yes or no? Is that fair to say? Great. And that's pretty safe to say, across the board. I think we can all agree with that. But one thing that we may be, one thing that we might overlook, that we may be susceptible to overlooking, is the relevance aspect of it. That the next sentence should build off of the last in some way, shape, or form, but also, again, maintain that relevance. Now, remember, the question reads most likely. Most likely. Okay, so here we go. A, phytonutrients, also known as phytochemicals, are chemical compounds produced by plants. Now, let's ask ourselves here. Phytonutrients found in various plant foods contain antioxidant properties. Studies show that these plants, blah, 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 these are the benefits. Notice how we went from defining phytonutrients in a way, like, okay, these are phytonutrients, this is where they're found, this is what they contain. Then here are the benefits. And then here's what phytonutrients are. Like, you see how that kind of broke in terms of, hey, this is a left turn. We kind of turned around to the beginning here. Does everybody see that? We kind of turned around to the beginning of the passage here in terms of that initial definition. We've already had that initial exposure. We've already had that. And so this doesn't really add on to the passage in a way that tells me that, this is flowing naturally. No, that doesn't really fit in. Doesn't really fit in. B, high amounts of phytonutrients can be found in rose petals. Now, I'm looking at this, and you may be looking at this and saying, hey, can be found in, right? We may be looking at that and we may be thinking, oh, wait, this is being a little repetitive. But let's think about how this sentence actually plays out. Because when you look at the beginning of B here, phytonutrients found in various plant foods. Notice how this B is different. B is different. We're saying high amounts of phytonutrients. And notice how it says various plant foods. This is being a little more specific. Rose petals. And so notice how we're talking about, okay, initial definition here and what it contains, the benefits of what it contains, and where we can find a lot of this. Notice how this continues the passage in a better way. Because again, in the beginning, we say, hey, these are phytonutrients. Here's an introduction to phytonutrients. Here's what they contain. Here are the benefits. And here's where you can find a lot of them. Does that not sound like a sales pitch to you? That flows. That flows. I like B. I like B. Now let's see if we can find a better answer, but I like B so far. Let's not say it's the answer, but let's go ahead and mark it there, because that's kind of like a sales pitch. Yeah, here's what phytonutrients are, here are the benefits, and here's where you can find more, right? So that is a sales pitch right there. I love that. Let's take a look at C. Meanwhile, some phytochemical, right? Okay, stop. Did we even talk about phytochemicals? Nah. Grab a football, punt it. No, I don't like that answer at all. I don't like that. You're introducing new information that's kind of like a left turn here. It's kind of like a left turn in a way. Some phytochemicals have been used as poisons and others as traditional medicine. We're talking about phytonutrients, not phytochemicals, my guy. No, 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 no. D. Let's go. Phytonutrients aren't essential for keeping you alive, unlike the... Okay, this whole passage was a sales pitch. Here's what phytonutrients are. They contain antioxidant properties. Here are the great benefits. They can help stop the spread of cancer cells. They're not essential for keeping you alive. It's like an opposite argument here. It's like, hey, this really helps you with cancer, but no one needs it at all. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. No, D. No, right here. This gives it away. And then unlike vitamins and minerals that plant foods contain, nah, not going to go with it. So yes or no, does that make sense? Do we see that we can agree here that B is the best choice here? Again, is B perfect? Is B perfect? I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I will say out of all four choices, it would absolutely be the most likely to come next. It would be the most likely. Because although you can make the argument again of, oh, can be found in, it's found in, notice how it extends the conversation. Not just a normal amount of phytonutrients, high amounts of them can be specifically found in rose petals. Simple, sincere, goes through, makes a valid point, extends the conversation. It's relevant, captures the tone. I like it. It's not perfect, but I like it. Cool. So Yihi, great point. It never talks about rose petals. So remember, it is about extending the conversation in a relevant way that doesn't take a complete crazy turn. So rose petals, the introduction of rose petals, and this is a great question, by the way, the introduction of rose petals comes in as a connection to finding high amounts of phytonutrients. And the main idea of the passage is phytonutrients. So it is extending the conversation in a relevant way. Now, an irrelevant way would be if B said, Jimmy Fallon loves eating phytonutrients. Yeah, we're still talking about phytonutrients, but who the hell cares about Jimmy Fallon and what his thoughts are in this context? You see the difference there? Because with rose petals, we're saying, hey, look, we can find high amounts of phytonutrients in rose petals. But if you were to say this celebrity loves phytonutrients, no, that would be irrelevant. So let me know if that gives a little bit of clarity as we're going there. Cool. I'm glad I could clarify that just a little bit. Yeah, and again, next sentence questions are going to hurt a little bit. They are. So let me go ahead. We're going to do one more question here. I got y'all. Not made in the passage, just one of the answers. The connection is not made in the passage, just in one of the answers. That's correct. Thanks, Arshina. And okay, so you answered that. So you read as if you were having a conversation. Yeah, Joshua, in a way, that's how I read it. Yeah, because you want to read it from the author's perspective. By doing that, you do give yourself a good advantage. So with that said, my party people, let's go ahead and go through one more here. Let's have ourselves a ball and let's have a good day. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So which of the following can be implied based on the passage? All right, so this question here is an inferencing factual question. So notice how these answer choices right here are a little shorter than the one that we had previously in the first question. Notice how, again, like my big head's in the way here. So notice how the answer choices are a little shorter here. If you want to look at the answers first in inferencing factual questions, yeah, you're allowed to. Because remember, with inferencing factual questions, you're going back and forth anyway. So you're cool. It's fine. It's fine. And it's up to you. It's your choice. So let's go ahead and read the passage here. So sound waves vibrate along the path of their propagation. The propagation of these longitudinal waves through a medium depends on the properties of the medium. Different frequency waves may travel at different speeds, for example. So, David, don't steal my thunder here, man. So here we go. I got you. So here we go. Which of the following can be implied based on the passage? Let's read. A, sound waves travel slower than light waves. Ooh, everybody, is that true? That's true, right? Sound waves travel slower than light waves. That's true, right? That's real true. That's real true. That is super duper duper wrong though. Everybody, why is that answer wrong? It's a true statement. Sound does travel slower than light. But why is that the wrong answer? It's a true 100% factual statement. Yeah, the question doesn't mention light waves. It mentions sound waves. The passage is all about sound waves. Notice this is what the paragraph comprehension can do to mess up your whole week. They will try to do this. Arshina literally is sitting there. Look at her, just evil grinning, like, haha, I hope you picked A. Look, that's why I haven't let her teach yet, because she, you know how I kind of mess around and joke around and say, yeah, I want to see you guys cry and just joke about it. She wants to see you cry. So that's why I have to kind of like, kind of slower, ease her into this. So I'm joking, guys. She's awesome. She teaches, because you teach foreign students, you teach Chinese students English, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So trust me, like she is awesome, guys. She's awesome. So with that, with that, A is incorrect for the sole reason being that not mentioned in the passage. B, let's check it out. Sound waves are insensitive to its surroundings. Okay, so let's read this here. It says insensitive, but in the passage, in the second sentence, it says the propagation of these longitudinal waves, even if you don't know what propagation and longitudinal means, it doesn't matter, because you can read this and say the whatever of these waves through a medium, what? Depends on the properties of the medium. Sound waves are insensitive. Everybody, insensitive means, hey, it doesn't matter to me. Like if I'm a sound wave, it doesn't matter what's in the way. But then over here it says, oh, the waves, the propagation of these longitudinal waves through a medium, it depends on the properties of the medium. It depends on what's traveling through. And so those are opposing ideas, and that's why this is an incorrect answer. So A and B so far are both incorrect. Now C, the path of propagation influences the speed of sound waves. That is the exact opposite of B. That is the exact opposite of B, and that is correct. That is supported by the passage. That is supported right here, right here. The propagation of these longitudinal waves through a medium depends on the properties of the medium. So the path influences the wave. And then D, different sounds will always travel at different speeds. Is that true? Is that false? I do not care. The passage doesn't mention it. The passage doesn't mention it. And so therefore, can't consider it. Can't consider it. The passage does not support it. And so that's why C would be the answer. So never mind the complicated words being used. Notice that we can still get the answer. And that's why I want you to really remain calm when it comes to paragraph comprehension and seeing words that you may not recognize. Don't let that be a limiting factor, because notice that's what they are depending on. The test makers, that's what they're depending on to hope that you get messed up. If you can get a problem right, regardless of seeing a word that you don't recognize, if you can get a problem right, regardless of seeing a decimal in the problem, that's a great thing. And guess what happens? Most times that you see something that is inconvenient to you, like a big word or a fraction or a decimal, most times the problem is actually a little easier in terms of the procedure, because they're trying to throw you off by trying to trick you. But the fact of the matter is, you can still handle the problem in the same way that you handle the others. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the first half of this recording. And if you want to watch the full recording, the full version of this, and every single class I've ever done, then go ahead and consider joining my ASVAB All-Access Program. It gives you access to 24 hours of classes per month and every single recording I've ever done. And on top of that, you get to text me whenever you need help and get thousands of extra practice problems to work on whenever you want, 24/7, with video solutions to the math questions. That way, you can keep growing, get the score you want, and that job you deserve. I'm Coach Anderson. I have a master's degree in teaching, been doing this for over 10 years, and it's my passion to help people succeed just like you.
Let's go ahead and lower the test anxiety. Let's go ahead and get rid of the blanking out feeling, all of that, and really replace it with true confidence that we can take into test day and get the results that we want. So again, get the ASVAB All-Access Program or shoot me a text if you have any questions about it. But there is a video on the page with the link. So watch that video to see how it works. Or again, shoot me a text right over there. There's my number. That way you can learn more about it and truly understand that this is about helping you succeed and our community here to help you enlist. So again, sign up now, get started, and get the score you want. Let's get to it.